The day of shoot, Monday morning, we show up. Two ama 3 canters, sijui 4 vans, sijui 5 or 6 private vehicles and a multitude of people. We show up, ready to shoot, day 1. That guy is not there. His people have said, no, this thing can't happen because you guys are too many. If Matiang'i gets wind of this, we'll all be fired because this is not supposed to happen. So their excuse was, we didn't know you guys would be this big. So day 1, here we are, ready to shoot. No location for the first 2 days. Let me tell you,
been paid.
I have never... You know, you have people there who you'll pay them no matter what. So you have to find a solution. Let me tell you, I was so stressed. You know, getting such a challenge on day 1. And remember, this is Monday. So the guy of 5M has not told me yet that he's not giving me chums.
Which is supposed to get tomorrow.
Yes. And I already have a bag in my car.
He told you, make sure you get a bag.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Aki, I was stressed.
So what did you do that day? Did you find a location? Because it's a serious thing. You can't just go to another location randomly.
So, Gatonye and Kama, they tell me, Fakii, relax, breathe in, breathe out. Let's find a solution. So then either of them, I can't remember if it was Gatonye or Kama, they tell me, there's another place pale that we've ever shot something. Just go and talk to them. So you know, when you get past the, you know, the public parking for multi-choice. That parking has a structure hapo mbele.
Multi-choice, the one next to Sarit? Or
No.
Moved?
No, this
is Okuko,
Hapo Friend Studios huko.
Studio, yes.
That public parking there, there's a structure that is there. Like when you're driving into that gate,
yes,
there's a structure there. You know, those are prison cells.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Those are actual prison cells.
Oh.
There's actual prison cells there. So that compound is owned by MultiChoice. So these guys tell me, so you just go and talk to them. See, the office is just right there. So we go. We fika there. Luckily, I find someone who I'm familiar with. A guy called David Kinyast. So and because we had known each other from, if you remember our conversation about videos, video ya Tatizo.
Yes.
Kinyast was there. So we go way back. So I explained to Kinyast. So Kinyast also has that calm demeanor. So he tells me, come nipeleke kwa mdosi uongee naye. So now we go upstairs. Go upstairs to talk to Mr. Auka Gecheo. Let me tell you, I walked into his office. I'm sweating. I'm panicking. I'm just thinking like my whole week is a mess, you know. To the point where I say hi to Auka, I introduce myself to him, and I'm panicking so much. I'm trying to talk to him. He tells me, relax, first. Secondly, I know you. So stop introducing yourself to me. I know you. Tell me, what's the problem? So I explain to him. So I try and go into details, you know, to justify that. Maze, that guy, I swear he had promised. But now his guys have... So Auka is like, Fakii, how can I help you? So I tell him, there's that place there that you guys have, and it would work perfectly. Please, can I use it? So he asked me, how long do you need it for? I told him maybe 2 or 3 days. He just asked Kinyast, is that place in use? Kinyast was like, no. Okay, give them for the week.
What?
No charges, nothing. Auka just told me, Kinyast, make it happen for them.
Special thanks, Akondani.
Yani,
what?
Auka, and we met even several times after, has never asked me for anything. Like, I think he just saw how passionate we were, because by the time we went with Kama and Gatonye, and he was like, just have it, just do your thing.
That's amazing.
You know,
So you guys, you're seeing two worlds. You're seeing a hardship world here where everything is failing on another level, but you're seeing God in an essence where things here are just crazily working out.
Now, back to when we were doing location.
So the opening scene is shot there.
Yeah, the opening scene is shot there.
Yeah.
No, the opening scene.
The prison beat.
The prison beat is shot there.
Yeah.
So we shot there because they gave us for like a whole week, but we just did like 3 days. But it was amazing because it's a controlled place.
Yep.
You're not being rushed out. Because you know now, the in hindsight, the prison that would have used would have been given deadlines for at a certain time you can't move. At a certain time you can't move, or you have to, you know, like if anything happened, you'd have to stop shooting.
Exactly.
And you know, and then if maybe it stretched beyond those days, would have had a problem.
Yeah.
You see, but with this space we had free hand, because I told the guy we need maybe 2-3 days, and he was like, take a week.
Yeah.
You know,
crazy.
so it was excellent.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So
And that gave you peace. At least now that's a good way to start the
Yeah.
first days of shooting.
and now for me, because my plan had always been go to the set, get things rolling. When things are rolling, go out and look for money.
In fact, I was going to ask you because
Yeah.
Tuesday, now that thing fails. Friday, the guy tells you nimenunua ndege.
So we're supposed to do Monday, Tuesday, and maybe Wednesday, and then now go to the forest.
The forest.
Now, when we were doing our recce's, I showed the team Roalan Camp. They were not very comfortable with it. So they took me to another place, another forest. And again, let me not mention it because it might bring problems. So went to another forest. That place was 8 times the cost. Okay, so let me give you perspective. By the time we were checking out Roalan Camp initially, based on their costs, it would have costed us 100 Gs per night to shoot. And we needed it for about 10 nights.
So a million.
Yeah. Then we're taken to another forest that...
So they end up giving you for 10 Gs a night.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're taken to another forest where the cost was 80 Gs a night. And then that forest had a few security issues where you'd need to invest more in security. Then where the forest is, it looks like it's supposed to be for government, but then it's operating like it's a private entity. Then when it was time to pay, and I went on now the Tuesday, the Tuesday that at least now the shoot was going on, we went with the guy from that forest to a bank to pay. And I think at that time I had like 320 because I was going to pay for 4 days first. So I'd carried 320k in cash.
Yeah.
So we were going to bank it at Coop Bank in Karen. When we got there, we entered the bank with the guy. The account details he gave me were for another name again. So I was like, this thing is not straight. So something told me to call someone. There's a guy called Sly. So I called Sly because he knows his way around Gavan. So I called Sly. I don't know why, but something told me just call this guy. So I called Sly. I asked him about that. Then he told me, I'll call you back. When he called me back, he told me, mnaweza enda huko alafu day 2 ama day 3 vitu zenu zote zibebwe because you're trespassing on government property. So he just told me tafuta place ingine. Because now he even painted a picture. He said, because it had happened before to other people. If I'm hiring you as a supplier to do some work and then government confiscates your property, the money that you'd have made with that property after my job, so you can charge me. So he painted that picture. I then just told this guy, mdosi ameniambia ningoje kwanza. So now he acted like there's someone above me.
Yes.
So I told him mdosi ameniambia ningoje kwanza. I drove out of there. I remember from Karen all the way until somewhere on Gong Road. I was having back-to-back conversations with Lucas and with my wife, like just explaining to them this nini. So my wife says, see, we go to Roland Camp. But I'm like, Roland Camp is so expensive. So they had told us 100K. So my wife reminds me, so talk to Big Ted. So I call Big Ted. I explain to him my predicament. Big Ted tells me, I'll call you back. After a few minutes, he calls me back. He tells me, so-and-so has spoken to so-and-so, so you go and see so-and-so. So I go to Roland Camp. I go, but I find the guy is busy. He has guys from Sijui outside who he's showing around. You know, the time that I'm waiting for him now to have a conversation with him, it's me panicking. Because today is Tuesday. These guys will finish
tomorrow.
And the plan had been to finish tomorrow daytime so that we can start night there. So tomorrow was going to be just a late afternoon. And then we move into... Wow, let me tell you, I was panicking. Finally, I went, I saw him, a guy called Mr. Solomon. So I go in, I see him, I explain to him my predicament. Then he tells me he's been called by someone. Then he tells me, okay, so normally we charge, because I think it was 10,000 for every 2 hours or something like that. So it was coming to about 100 Gs a night. Then he said, so we'll charge you 10 Gs a night.
Is that great?
The relief.
Is that great?
The relief.
You have 320 Gs in cash.
Yeah. I paid for 10 days so fast. So fast. And then you see, for me, I'm getting an official receipt.
Exactly.
So I was so calm, paid so fast. I just told the team, by the way, now there, I made an executive call. I told them, guys, we'll have to make this one work. We'll have to make this venue work. That's what we are going with. Because remember them, they had planned for the other place.
Exactly.
So it's like, we have to make this one work. And we had to make it work.
And it worked.
So we went in
That's
Wednesday.
Right there.
Yeah, we went in Wednesday. We did Wednesday. We did Thursday, Friday, I think even
and
Saturday.
You're at peace. You're not worried about anything.
No, see me, I'm waiting for...
what I mean, like in terms of them they are sorted now.
They are sorted. See, now that's on Tuesday when I sorted that. See, Gioni, I'm going to collect 5 million.
You have 320 minus 8 minus
100. Yeah.
Up to 20 plus 5.2. You're good.
I go. As I leave the set on that Tuesday, this guy lives in Westlands.
5 p.m. Bana, you're going.
See, this guy I know lives in Westlands. So me, I start driving towards Westlands. But now I'm calling him to tell me exact place.
Oh, man.
And I'm calling him those ones of nitumie pin. But hashiki simu. Nilienda West. Nilizunguka roundabout ya the mall. Nilienda nikastop kwa ile oil libia iko hapo karibu na the mall. Nikaka hapo nikijiambia. You know, even you're even trying to guess like where could he be living so that I start moving towards. That was me. Let me tell you come up with all sorts of scenarios in your head. Wait.
Who does that?
I think like at 10 p.m. it hit me.
Oh, from like 6-7.
Yeah, it hit me. Hey, this thing is not happening. So me, I'm like,
and you're in disbelief.
Let me tell you, you know the way you're so hopeful, Paka, you tell yourself, maybe that line I'm calling, ameacha hiyo simu mahali na sina hiyo line ingine. So I just chill. I went home. But I'm hopeful. And then I'm also hopeful that, see, there are other people who had talked to about Chums, so they can hook me up. We continue shooting. So the shoot had its challenges here and there. So for example, you see where the Roland camp is? It borders Kibera. Kibera, from where we were, you'd hear a lot of disco matangas. So sometimes when it's a really intense scene, you have to go quiet. I mean, you have to stop shooting to wait for them to finish, and then you can continue shooting. So you start realizing that you lose a lot of time. Then at some point you're like, let's just try and figure out how we can contain it so that we continue shooting. Otherwise we'll be here forever, you know. So there were those struggles. And then funny struggles, like there was a day when, I don't know why, but there was a day when just around the van was swarmed by safari ants. So you have to go and buy petrol to come and pour, and, you know, just some funny things too. Yeah. But hey, it was an experience and a half. So like now the things that we're talking about, the things that you have to change, for example, in the story, when the van goes into the forest, so let me explain why the forest. Have you heard of this prison called, what am I forgetting? There's a maximum security prison inside Tsavo National Park.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know it? There's a maximum. In fact, when you're passing on Mombasa, on the road, going to Mombasa or coming back, you actually see the sign for the prison. So the story is that where the prison is, as a prisoner, if you hepa, it's lions you're dealing with. Yeah. So our prison was that one. So that's why the forest. So the van has to go through the forest. But because of traffic before, coming out of the holding cells where the prisoners were to go Uko, they were caught up such that
they took a shortcut.
No, what happened is when they went to the route that they are used to, they found that it had been blocked. So you see, when they come in, there's a calorie that is blocking them. So then they have to use another longer route. But now when they use the longer route, they find that so it had rained, so they skid and crash.
So, and also let me ask you, the rain, do you fake it?
I'll tell you about that.
Okay.
So in the original story, they were supposed to go into the forest and find a tree that had fallen. Then now that forces them to use the longer route because it was a heavy tree. But now when you get at Roland Camp, you're told, you know the process of cutting a tree.
Go and get a letter,
get
certification, get government permission, because it's logging.
So let me tell you, we went around the forest and found a tree that had already fallen. So we're like, see, it has already fallen. See, we can move it. First, you try and move it. It is so heavy, you can't move it. Secondly, as you're even attempting to move, someone from the forest department comes and tells you, you want to, you have to go. Same process. Someone has to come and certify that the tree fell on its own. So like, of course, you don't have that time. So now that's the point where, because you had asked, that's where now you change the story to suit that circumstance.
I get.
Now, the rain.
Wow. Yeah, the rain.
The rain. So the rain, there's like a rain machine. And it's like a simple structure. Okay, it looks like a simple structure. So it's basically a pipe that you put nozzles. Like it already exists, but it's a pipe that you put nozzles, and then it has stands, and you can put it at different heights. And then the nozzles, you can adjust them to different pressures. Then now you have to have the source of water. So you get those water bowsers. So actually in the movie, that water bowser that you saw that had blocked the road for the was the water bowser we were using. So you
guess what? You are making everything work.
So you then use that to create the rain. So you have to get the pressure of the rain right, and you have to ensure that even the next day when you're doing
Continuity.
Yes, continuity. The pressure is also right, all those things. Because also we had rain there, and we also had rain when some two thugs were in a car, and while they were in the car, it was raining also. So you also now create rain for that.
This thing is crazy.
And in the future, we should be able to document all those things just so that people can see what goes on in terms of creating that.
So, in fact, just to fast forward, are you allowed to release your behind the scenes?
Yes, we are allowed to, but the behind the scenes, there was a team that was doing behind the scenes, and one of them lost the footage. Yeah.
What do you mean? A bit of the footage or all of the footage?
A lot of the footage. So like I can show you a small video of that rain thing, but it's from something I shot with my phone.
Yeah. So, hold on. But for the 17 days that was behind the scenes footage been shot?
Yeah, we have some stuff here and there.
Okay.
We have some stuff here and there.
Okay. But a concrete story can't be made because this was lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, there's a lesson there, and we'll come back to it. This story has it has a lot of lessons in it, and how we carry them forward.
Okay, sir.
So
question: at this time when you are filming this, like day 4, or let's say this is Friday has passed, you haven't been given Tuesday has passed, you haven't been given the chums. Friday has come, you've been told no chums. All these dramas that happen, what's your emotional state?
Panic, because now I'm starting to run out of chums, because there's expenses for every day.